Supriya Vani, Jacinda Ardern, leading with empathy. Dive into the captivating journey of Jacinda Ardern, a compassionate and empathetic leader who has made an indelible mark on the New Zealand political landscape. In this summary of Supriya Vani's book, Jacinda Ardern, Leading with Empathy, readers will learn about the life, career, and leadership of a woman who has broken barriers and inspired change on a global level. Discover how her challenging early life experiences informed her approach to politics, inspiring her commitment to social justice, environmental protection, and resilient crisis management. Witness her rise through the political ranks as she defies convention, all while remaining grounded in her firm belief in the power of compassion and empathy as guiding principles.
Ardern's Humanitarian Governance. Supriya Vani and Carl A. Harte delve into the empathetic leadership of Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister of New Zealand. The authors highlight how Ardern's compassionate approach to governance has enabled her to implement effective policies for social justice and climate change, as well as leading her country through a global health crisis. By illustrating her grace, humility, and astuteness, the authors emphasize that Ardern is an exemplary leader who proves that politicians can be effective while maintaining their humanity. Jacinda Ardern's rise to power. Jacinda Ardern's early experience with economic hardship and her empathetic approach to politics influenced her rise to become New Zealand's Prime Minister. From a young age, Ardern envisioned a different way of conducting politics, one that focused on the issues rather than personal attacks. Despite the challenges faced by female politicians in New Zealand, Ardern climbed the political ladder and was eventually elected as the country's leader. Her story serves as an inspiring example of perseverance, resilience, and commitment to public service. The Rise of Ardern. Jacinda Ardern, the current Prime Minister of New Zealand, was supported by former Prime Minister Helen Clark, who also believed in gender equality. Despite facing competition from other women in politics, Ardern persevered and used her loss in a general election as motivation for her future career. Both Clark and Ardern refused to use their gender for political leverage and were dedicated to breaking down gender barriers. Jacindamania. Jacinda Ardern, previously not interested in leading the Labour Party, was nominated by Andrew Little to replace him as party leader. Despite just a few weeks to campaign, Ardern's slogan, "Let's do this," inspired women to volunteer, and her campaign focused on income equality and mental health. Dubbed Jacindamania, she became New Zealand's Prime Minister after forming a coalition with Winston Peters of New Zealand First. During her first week as leader, Ardern rescinded a ministerial appointment following a welfare fraud confession, and this helped build her tough leadership image. Jacinda Ardern's empowering journey. New Zealand's Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, made history as the world's youngest female head of state. Shortly after, she found out she was pregnant, making her the second leader in history to give birth while in office. Despite this, Ardern remained determined and successfully reached out to the indigenous Maori community, promoting their culture on a global platform during her first trip abroad. She was even recognized as one of the world's most influential people by Time magazine. Ardern believes that with the help of New Zealand, she can balance being a mother and leading the country simultaneously. New Zealand, a model for gun control. On March 15, 2019, New Zealand experienced its worst mass shooting by a lone gunman, who killed 51 Muslims in 2 mosques in Christchurch and live-streamed the attacks on Facebook. Prime Minister Ardern condemned racism and enacted legislation to ban automatic weapons. She also expressed solidarity by wearing a hijab while meeting with the Muslim community. In just 1 week, Parliament passed comprehensive gun control laws with the support of Deputy PM Peters. This stands in stark contrast to the United States' inaction on firearm restrictions. New Zealand serves as a model for effective gun control measures in the face of tragedy. Women leaders combat COVID-19. In the year 2019, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern faced several crises but proved to be empathetic, reliable, and calm in tough times. She took inspiration from Winston Churchill's call to resist Hitler in handling the COVID-19 pandemic. Along with female leaders like German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen, and Iceland's Prime Minister Katrin Jakobsdottir, they displayed remarkable capability in containing the virus and reducing casualties, which was lacking in countries led by men. Ardern's leadership during COVID-19 pandemic. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern gained international admiration for her efficient campaign to prevent COVID-19 from entering New Zealand. The strict lockdown imposed by her government resulted in a transmission rate of 0.48, while the world average was 2.5. Citizens trusted her due to her compassionate, agile, and humble leadership, which helped her party win the 2020 election with a majority. Ardern proved that even in high office, individuals with integrity, love for children, and thoughtfulness still exist and can lead a country to success. Ardern's inspirational leadership. Supriya Vani and Carl A. Harte's book on Jacinda Ardern portrays the New Zealand Prime Minister as a true leader. The authors steer clear of New Zealand's politics and instead focus on Ardern's exemplary governance during the COVID-19 pandemic. Ardern's effective handling of the crisis, coupled with her empathetic and inclusive leadership style, makes her a role model for women everywhere. This book is a must-read for those seeking inspiration and insights on new possibilities in governance.
The story of Jacinda Ardern, as told by Supriya Vani in The Leading with Empathy, has been an illuminating exploration of how a leader can remain humane while championing progressive political change. Her authentic and empathetic approach to decision-making has proven to be a groundbreaking force in New Zealand's political scene, and an inspiring example for leaders worldwide. Ardern's tireless crusades on social justice, climate change, mental health, and her compassionate response to crises like the Christchurch massacre and COVID-19 pandemic showcase her exceptional ability to retain her humanity even in the face of adversity. She is, without doubt, a beacon of hope for a new era in politics, demonstrating what is possible when leaders prioritize compassion and empathy in governance.